Every day is impossible without them. To be honest, it doesn't need to be the 22nd of May. Every day is hard. When you wake up and you know they're not there.
I mean, we actually have, if you like, an anniversary every week without fail. Every Monday night at 10:31 is an anniversary of what happened for us, because it happened at that time.
If you're not awake, you're dreaming about it, you're dreaming about them. As Caroline said, you wake up with that feeling, you go to bed with that feeling. For me, it's not even hour by hour, it's minute by minute. You're just taking each thing as it's coming, and I can't think any further ahead than that, really.
Chloe was a big fan of Ariana Grande. Her parents bought her tickets to the Manchester concert.
It was a present for Chloe, but just to point out that I actually rang Liam and asked if he wanted to go, because I knew he wasn't really as fussed on her as Chloe was, and he'd actually said, no, I'll take her to the concert because then I can look after her, which is really hard.
How did you find out that there had been this attack in Manchester? Did you get a phone call, or was it just coverage, or did somebody contact you? What actually happened?
It was a family member who actually rang me to let me know that there was something going on, and obviously we put the telly on, and then things unfolded.
And then presumably you'd have rang Caroline, and
absolutely, yeah.
Those hotline numbers come up and you rang, and did you just decide just to go?
Yeah, next thing we were in the car together.
Lisa actually phoned me out a night shift at work when the whole thing unfolded, and I think we just come to a point where we were a bit sick of waiting to find out from the hotlines and stuff like that. We decided just to go, regardless. We knew we'd have to go down to Manchester anyway, so we just jumped in the car and drove, and I can't remember a thing about the journey, to be honest with you.
And at that point you didn't know if they'd survived, you just hadn't heard from them?
No, that's it. We knew there was obviously something wrong, but we just hoped that they had been knocked unconscious or something like that, where we were just going to collect them and bring them home.
Shortly after, it was confirmed that 17-year-old Chloe and 19-year-old Liam were amongst the 22 who'd been killed.
It still feels like yesterday we received the horrendous news. It's very difficult to move on from that day for us.
This young couple had mapped out their whole future together. A flat in Newcastle, careers followed by a family of their own. But before all of that, a trip already booked to New York, where Liam planned to make the first step.
We were going to go ring shopping, and then when they got to New York, he wouldn't tell us when or where. That was private. He would let me know afterwards, but yeah, he was going to go and choose the ring, then take it and ask Mark if it was okay, and then yeah, we would have just waited for the phone call from New York.
How proud would you have been to have had Chloe as your daughter-in-law?
She was my daughter-in-law. She didn't need a ring on her finger to be my daughter-in-law. She was always my little girl as well.
And equally, Liam, a fine young man, so much to look forward to. You'd have been asked for permission, Mark. I think I know what the answer would have been. How would you have handled that?
Chloe was always worried about, because I used to wind her up, if you like, if lads coming on the scene, obviously our age and stuff like that. After meeting Liam, I knew he was a total gentleman. I knew he would always look after her, and that's all I would ever want. I would have been over the moon to be asked that question.
The families of those lost in Manchester were invited to the city for anniversary tributes.
You've chosen not to go. Why did you make that decision to stay at home?
We haven't actually returned to Manchester. We don't feel as though we're ready as families to return there yet. But I think the main reasons, the amount of love and support we've received from South Shields, our hometown, it's been totally overwhelming for 12 months, if you like, and we would like to spend it with them, yeah.
Just feels right to be here with the people who are surrounding us and supporting us and holding us up, really.
You have contributed to this memorial because I know that they're asking for lyrics. Which lyrics have you put forward?
The obvious lyric. The obvious. We were just kids when we fell in love.
We were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was.
The Ed Sheeran song, played at the funeral as well. Hugely poignant.
Yeah.
Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own.
The family's now launched the Together Forever Trust, giving financial support to help young people follow their dreams, a celebration of these 2 young lives. So far, it's raised £100,000.
They'd be very proud that, you know, we haven't locked ourselves behind closed doors all the time, that we are getting up every day and we are making sure that this trust will be their lasting legacy.
Personally, I've never been as passionate about anything in my life than this, because it will never, I can't allow it to fail, because that's, yeah, basically.
Thank you very much for talking to me. Thank you.